Have you ever felt like you're in the background, unnoticed or even forgotten? Do you sometimes question why your progress seems slow or why opportunities seem to pass you by? Let me tell you something, God hides you for a reason. There's purpose in your waiting, strength in your solitude, and greatness in your preparation. This is not a time for frustration or doubt. It is a time for growth and transformation. In the Bible, we see that many of God's greatest leaders were hidden for a season. Joseph was hidden in a pit and later in prison before being elevated to the palace. Moses was hidden in the wilderness for 40 years before leading the Israelites out of Egypt. David was anointed as king, but he was hidden in the fields tending sheep until the right time came for him to step into his destiny. God hides you to protect you, to prepare you, and to position you for what's coming next. The process of being hidden is necessary for your development. It's the shaping and refining of your character, your faith, and your patience. Do not resent this season of hiding. It's a season of preparation for greatness. Sometimes in life it feels as though we are overlooked, hidden from the world, or forgotten by those around us. We may struggle to understand why certain opportunities pass us by or why success seems to take longer for us than for others. But there's a deeper truth. We must recognize God hides us for a reason. When you find yourself in a season of hiding, it is not a punishment. It is part of God's divine plan for your life. His ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. What we perceive as a delay is often his perfect timing in action. He sees the end from the beginning and knows exactly what you need, even when you don't understand it. The time of hiding may feel like a setback, but it is not. God uses this season to align you with his purpose and prepare you for what he has planned. He hides you because he knows what you need for the future. Your character, your strength, and your faith are being developed in the hidden places, even if it seems like nothing is happening. God's delay is not denial. It is the evidence of his deep care for you. He is ensuring that when your moment arrives, you will be fully ready, grounded, and equipped to handle it. In these times when God hides you, he is not neglecting you, he is protecting you. He knows that the world with its distractions and temptations could pull you away from the destiny he has designed for you. You are hidden not because you are insignificant, but because you are significant to God's plan. Just as gold must go through the fire to be purified, so too must you go through times of being hidden and prepared. There is value in the hiddenness, and in due time, God will bring you to the forefront where his glory will shine through your life. When you feel hidden, remember that you are not forgotten. God is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, shaping your destiny, and positioning you for greatness. Trust his process, for he hides you for a reason, and in that reason there is always growth, development, and ultimate victory. In life, we often crave the spotlight, the recognition, the accolades. We want to be seen and heard, to prove our worth and demonstrate our abilities. But there are moments, even seasons, when God takes us away from the public eye, drawing us into places of solitude and quiet. It is in these times that we are tempted to question, why am I not being noticed? Why is no one acknowledging my potential? But what we fail to see in these moments is that solitude is not a curse, it is a gift. It is in solitude that the real work is done. When God takes you into a season of solitude, it is not because he has forgotten about you or has no use for you. Quite the opposite. He brings you to this place because it is here, away from the distractions and expectations of others, that you can truly grow. In solitude, there are no outside influences, no pressures, no opinions to shape your thoughts or actions. It is just you, your thoughts, your soul, and your Creator. It is in this space that you begin to hear his voice more clearly, to understand his plans for you more fully, and to grasp the depths of the purpose he has planted within you. We live in a world that celebrates instant success, public recognition, and external achievements. But true growth doesn't happen in the noise, it happens in the silence. It happens when there is no one to cheer you on, no one to applaud your efforts, and no one to validate your worth. It is in this hidden, solitary place that God molds your character, strengthens your faith, and refines your heart. The process of becoming who you are meant to be cannot be rushed. It takes time. It takes focus. And it takes solitude. Solitude also provides the space for self-reflection. It is in these quiet moments that you can assess who you truly are, what you truly want, and what God has called you to do. Without the noise of others, you can hear your own heart and discover areas that need healing or growth. You can confront the fears, doubts, and insecurities that hold you back. You can build the mental, emotional, and spiritual strength that will be needed for the challenges ahead. The solitude doesn't isolate you from purpose, it prepares you for it. Remember, no great leader was ever truly shaped in public view. The most impactful and influential people throughout history often spent years in solitude, preparing, refining, and developing themselves before stepping into the spotlight. The greatest achievements of our lives are birthed in the hidden places where God is working on us, shaping us, and positioning us for what is to come. Embrace the solitude. Recognize that in this space, you are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. When the time is right, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of fulfilling your purpose with clarity and confidence. When God hides you, He is not pushing you into a corner to forget about you. He is placing you in a place of protection. There is a misconception that being hidden means being forsaken, left behind, or forgotten. But in reality, it is often in these moments of being hidden that God is doing His most protective work. God knows the dangers that lie ahead, the pitfalls, the distractions, and the forces that would seek to derail you. In His love and wisdom, He hides you to shield you from what is not yet ready for you, from the things and people that could harm you or prevent you from stepping into your true calling. There are moments in life when the world may seem to pass you by. Others might get opportunities. They may be promoted, recognized, or seen while you remain unseen. But what you don't realize in these hidden moments is that God is shielding you from things you cannot yet handle. He knows that if He were to expose you too soon, you may not have the strength, maturity, or wisdom to navigate what is to come. The pressures of fame, success, or the weight of responsibility might overwhelm you. The wrong relationships, influences, or environments could lead you off track. In His infinite wisdom, He shields you, allowing you time to grow, to heal, to learn, and to build the foundation that will support you when it is time to step into the fullness of your purpose. Sometimes the protection God offers is not just from the external world, but from within. The pressures you may face on your own are real, and God knows the insecurities, the fears, and the doubts you carry. If you were exposed too early, you may not have the internal resilience to face the challenges that will arise. Being hidden is often a form of internal protection, giving you space to heal, to strengthen your identity, and to develop the character that will sustain you for the long journey ahead. God's protection in this hidden season is also strategic. He understands the timing of your life in a way that we cannot possibly comprehend. He knows when it is best for you to grow, when you need refining, and when the right people and opportunities will come into your life. There are seasons when God removes certain things or people from your life because He knows that they are not in alignment with His greater purpose for you. His protection is not a punishment, it is a sign of His love and care. He guards you from situations that could cause harm, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Consider the example of a seed planted in the ground. For a time, it is hidden, buried deep beneath the earth, but this hiddenness is a form of protection. The seed is safe from the harsh elements, the animals that would eat it, and the weather that could destroy it. Only in time, as it grows and develops roots, does it begin to push through the soil, emerging as a strong and vibrant plant. If the seed were exposed too early, it would never survive the elements. It must first be protected in the hiddenness before it can grow into what it is meant to become. So when you feel hidden, remember that God is not abandoning you. He is covering you, protecting you from the dangers, distractions, and disappointments that would derail your destiny. He is preparing you, strengthening you, and allowing you to become the person He has designed you to be. Trust in His protection, for His plan is always greater than anything we can see in the moment. When the time is right, He will reveal you not only in strength, but with the wisdom, resilience, and grace to walk in your purpose. Many people mistakenly believe that if they are not recognized or visible, their lives lack significance or purpose. Society often places value on visibility, on being seen, celebrated, and acknowledged. Yet the absence of recognition does not equate to the absence of purpose. Just because your contributions aren't immediately recognized doesn't mean they lack value. In fact, your purpose may be unfolding in the unseen, the hidden places where the world cannot yet appreciate what God is doing in you. When God hides you, He is not diminishing your purpose. He is allowing it to grow and develop in ways that are not yet visible. Your true purpose is not defined by external validation or worldly recognition. It is defined by the calling that God has placed within you, a calling that often begins in silence and hiddenness. The seeds of your purpose are being planted in the deepest parts of your soul, away from the public eye. In the hidden spaces, God is nurturing your character, strengthening your faith, and preparing you for the moment when your purpose will be revealed. What you are doing in the unseen is every bit as important as what you will do when the world notices. Your purpose is not dependent on the applause of others. It is not shaped by public opinion or external accomplishments. Purpose is a deep, personal, and divine assignment that grows within you regardless of the world's acknowledgement. God's purpose for you is planted in the core of who you are, in the deepest parts of your heart and spirit. It is there being cultivated and strengthened even when no one else sees it. It is God who sees the beginning and the end of your purpose and knows when the right moment will come for you to step into it. In the times when you feel overlooked or forgotten, remember that your purpose is being refined in the hidden places. The most impactful people in history, the ones who made the greatest contributions to the world, often did so without fanfare or immediate recognition. Their purposes were not defined by public praise, but by their steadfast commitment to the calling placed within them. They worked, they built, they labored in hidden spaces until their time came to be seen. The waiting and hiddenness are not signs of insignificance. They are signs of preparation. God is not wasting time, and neither is He wasting you. Every moment you spend in the unseen is a moment that your purpose is being shaped, developed, and positioned. The hiddenness is a time for growth and strengthening, a time for you to become who you were meant to be before you step into the fullness of your calling. You must learn to value the unseen work, to embrace the quiet moments, and to trust that your purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. Just because it is not visible now doesn't mean it is not real. Your purpose is being formed, cultivated, and nurtured by God, and when the time is right, the world will see the fruit of that purpose. Do not be discouraged by the silence. It is in the quiet, hidden spaces that God is working the most profoundly. What is done in secret will eventually be made public, and it will be revealed in its full glory when the time is right. Growth is a process, and it is a process that cannot be rushed. We live in a world that values immediate results, quick success, and fast progress. The desire for things to happen quickly can make us impatient, especially when we feel that we are doing everything right but still not seeing the fruits of our labor. But there is something profoundly valuable in the hidden places where growth takes place at a slower pace. When you are hidden, you are being shaped and prepared in ways that are not immediately visible to the outside world, but the impact of this growth will be far-reaching in the future. Growth is not simply about external achievements or visible progress. True growth begins within. It begins in the unseen parts of you, the areas of your heart, mind, and spirit that need time to mature. In the moments when you feel hidden and overlooked, God is not wasting your time. He is working on you from the inside out, building the foundation that will support the weight of the destiny ahead. Your character is being developed. Your resilience is being tested. Your wisdom is being refined. All of these things take time. They cannot be hurried, and they cannot be achieved through shortcuts. This is why the hidden season is often a season of deep inner work. It is a time when you are forced to confront your weaknesses, fears, insecurities, and doubts. It is in this process of inner growth that you begin to discover who you truly are, not just in the eyes of others, but in the eyes of God. You begin to understand your own strengths, capabilities, and potential, and you are transformed in ways that are not immediately visible. The strength that you develop in these hidden moments will not only equip you for the challenges of tomorrow, but will also serve as the foundation for the greatness you will one day walk in. Growth is also a time of preparation. It's not just about what you are becoming, it's about what God is preparing you for. Every hidden moment is a piece of the puzzle, a step towards something greater that you may not fully understand right now. You might be tempted to compare your journey with the progress of others, but each person's growth process is unique. Your purpose requires specific preparation, and that preparation is happening in the hidden spaces where only God can see the work being done. Trust that everything you are going through, every challenge, every struggle, every quiet moment is shaping you for what is to come. One of the greatest mistakes we can make is to despise the hidden season because we are not seeing immediate results. Growth takes time. It takes patience. It takes perseverance. But rest assured, it is happening. You may not be able to see the changes day by day, but just like the roots of a tree grow deep into the soil before the tree ever pushes through the ground, your growth is happening in the unseen places, building strength and foundation that will eventually bear fruit. When the time is right, when the growth is complete and the preparation is finished, God will bring you out of hiding. You will step into your purpose with the wisdom, strength, and clarity needed to handle what comes next. The hidden places have not been wasted time. They have been moments of intense preparation, moments that will equip you to stand firm in the fullness of your destiny. Embrace the process. Trust the growth. Know that every step of the journey, even in the silence, is moving you closer to the person you are becoming and the purpose you are destined to fulfill. When God hides you, He is teaching you a powerful lesson in patience and timing. In a world that celebrates instant gratification, the hidden season can feel like a painful contrast. The rush to succeed, to be noticed, and to move forward can be overwhelming, especially when we see others seemingly advancing while we remain in a state of quiet preparation. But in God's plan, patience is not just a passive waiting game, it is an active process of trust, growth, and understanding. Patience in the hidden season is not about merely waiting, it is about learning to trust that God's timing is perfect, even when we cannot see the full picture. God's timing is never arbitrary. Every moment of your life, every season you experience has been carefully crafted with divine purpose. The times of hiddenness are not random delays, but purposeful pauses that serve to align you with your destiny. You may be wondering why things are taking so long or why it feels like you're stuck in a waiting room, but the truth is that the timing of your life is not in your hands. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly when to bring you into the fullness of your purpose. And while you wait, He is refining you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what's next. You may not understand the delay, but trust that God does. Waiting in the hiddenness is a season of development and opportunity to build resilience and trust. It is in these moments that you learn to rely not on your own strength, but on God's. You learn to let go of your own plans, ideas, and expectations and surrender to His will. This is where real growth happens, not in the spotlight, but in the quiet, often unnoticed places. Patience in this context is not simply about enduring time, it is about learning to thrive while you wait, knowing that everything is moving according to God's perfect plan. Every minute that you feel is wasted is actually a moment that is moving you closer to the right opportunity, the right season, the right moment. This process teaches you the power of persistence. While others may give up or lose heart because they can't see the results of their efforts right away, you learn to keep going. Patience allows you to stay steady, to remain faithful to the calling God has placed on your life, even when it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. In those moments, you must remind yourself that the journey is just as important as the destination. In fact, the journey often shapes you more than the destination ever will. The lessons you learn while waiting, the strength you build, the lessons you absorb, and the faith you develop are foundational to what will be required of you in the future. Patience also teaches you to understand the nature of God's perfect timing. The waiting season isn't a punishment. It's a divine period of preparation. God knows that you must be properly prepared for the assignment He has for you. His timing is not just about when the opportunity will come, it is about ensuring that when it does, you are fully equipped to handle it. The process of waiting allows you to build the internal strength, knowledge, and skill necessary to succeed when the time is right. If you were to step into your purpose too soon without the proper preparation, you might not be able to handle the responsibility, the pressure, or the challenges that come with it. And so while waiting can feel like a frustrating, quiet season, it is actually one of the most important times of your life. It is in this season that you are being tested, strengthened, and prepared. Your patience will determine your ability to persevere through the challenges that are yet to come. When you step into the fullness of your purpose, you will find that patience has equipped you to handle whatever comes your way. Your faith will have been tested, your strength will have been built, and your trust in God's timing will be unshakable. In the hiddenness, patience does not mean idleness. It means trusting the process, working quietly and continuing to grow, knowing that God is at work behind the scenes. It means having the faith to believe that He is using this time to make you the person you need to be for what is coming. God is never in a hurry, and neither should you be. Trust His timing, wait with purpose, and believe that the waiting season is preparing you for something greater than you can yet imagine. God hides you in order to preserve you, and this preservation is not just about safeguarding your physical life, but about protecting your heart, mind, and spirit from the things that could potentially derail your destiny. It is a profound act of love and wisdom that often goes unnoticed in the moment, yet it is one of the most significant aspects of God's care for His creation. Preservation doesn't mean keeping you from hardship, but rather shielding you from unnecessary harm. It's about making sure you are not prematurely exposed to the pressures, temptations, or challenges that you are not yet prepared to face. When God hides you, He is deliberately protecting you from situations, people, and environments that could contaminate the purity of your calling. He understands the weight of the assignment He has placed on your life, and He knows that there are certain things you are not yet equipped to handle. In the hidden season, He is preserving your mind from confusion, your heart from bitterness, and your spirit from the distractions that would try to pull you away from your purpose. While the world around you may feel chaotic, while people around you might be exposed to success, failure, or trials, God is making sure that you are shielded from things that could steal your peace, distract you from your path, or hinder your growth. Preservation in the hidden season also means protecting you from spiritual erosion. The world is full of influences that seek to shape you into something other than what you were created to be. If you were to step into the fullness of your destiny too early, you might be tempted to compromise your values, to chase after things that are not in alignment with God's plan for your life. During the hidden season, God allows you to mature in a safe place, away from the pressures of the world. He ensures that your faith is not diluted by the distractions of success or the opinions of others. Instead, He builds your integrity and strengthens your character so that when the time comes for you to step into your purpose, you will do so with the foundation of truth and conviction that will support you through any storm. This preservation also extends to your emotions and relationships. There are people and situations in life that can drain your emotional energy, cloud your judgment, or cause you to lose sight of what is truly important. When God hides you, He often removes the wrong people or situations from your life, sometimes not by choice, but by divine intervention. He knows that not every relationship, not every opportunity, or not every influence is meant to be part of your journey. Preservation in this sense means keeping you away from those who might lead you astray, from those who would seek to use you, or from situations that would bring confusion into your life. God in His wisdom hides you from things that could harm you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. In addition, preservation is not just about keeping you from harm, it is also about making sure you are developing the internal strength and resources necessary for the future. God is preparing you for what is to come, and that preparation requires a level of growth that can only happen in a place of hiddenness. You cannot rush the process of becoming who you were meant to be. If you were thrust into your destiny without the proper preparation, you might find yourself overwhelmed by the weight of it. The challenges you will face, the responsibilities you will bear, and the decisions you will need to make require a maturity that only comes through time and intentional preparation. God's preservation is a deep and intimate act of care. While the world may look at your life and see only silence, stillness, or invisibility, God sees a life that is being carefully crafted and protected. You are being shaped in secret, prepared for a purpose that you may not yet fully understand. In the process, you are being preserved in a way that will allow you to step into your destiny with strength, clarity, and unwavering purpose. When the time comes, you will emerge not only stronger but wiser, more resilient, and more equipped to face the challenges and fulfill the purpose for which you were created. In the hidden season, God is not absent. He is working behind the scenes, preserving your future and ensuring that you are ready for the great work that lies ahead. The hidden season is not a time of inactivity, but a time of intentional shaping and preparation. When God hides you, He is not abandoning you. He is teaching you a crucial lesson in self-reliance and self-sufficiency. In the silence and isolation, you are learning how to rely on God alone, and in doing so, you discover the strength and resilience that lies within you. You come to understand that everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already within you. It is just being activated in the secret places where you are hidden away from the noise and distractions of the world. During this time, you are forced to confront your dependency on others, whether it be on people, circumstances, or even material resources. God often allows you to experience solitude to remove any crutches you may have been leaning on. You might find yourself in a season where it feels like others are distant or unavailable, where opportunities seem to vanish, and where external sources of support are no longer present. But in these moments, God is teaching you to look inward. He is teaching you to draw strength from within, from the gifts, talents, and abilities He has already placed in your life. The hidden season is a time for you to realize that while relationships and external resources are important, your ultimate source of strength comes from your connection to God and the inner resilience He has placed within you. This season of hiddenness requires you to cultivate inner peace, to trust that you are not alone, even when it seems like no one is watching or supporting you. It is a time for you to learn that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible when you rely on God's wisdom and your own inner strength. The quiet moments of solitude are not a punishment, but an opportunity to develop the self-reliance that will be necessary for the journey ahead. As you grow in this season, you come to understand that you are never truly alone because God is always with you and His presence is sufficient for every need. You begin to realize that when everything else is stripped away, when the people, the plans, and the comforts of the world are no longer there, what remains is the strength and the calling God has placed within you. It is a strength that is not dependent on external circumstances, but one that is grounded in your identity and purpose. Through the challenges of hiddenness, you learn to stand on your own, to make decisions, to take actions, and to move forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. You develop an inner confidence that is rooted in your trust in God's plan for your life, and you come to see that you are equipped to handle whatever comes your way. This season also teaches you the importance of discipline and focus. When the distractions of the world are removed, you are able to hone in on the work that God has called you to do. You learn to invest in your personal growth, to sharpen your skills, and to build the foundation of success that will serve you in the future. The hidden season is a time to focus on what truly matters, to develop the habits, the character, and the mindset that will support you when the time comes to step into your destiny. In this season, you are not being abandoned, you are being prepared. You are being equipped with the tools you need to succeed when your moment arrives. Through the solitude and silence, you discover your inner strength and you develop the ability to trust yourself and your ability to navigate challenges. It is in this hiddenness that you become clear about your purpose and begin to understand that everything you need to fulfill it has already been given to you. As you grow in self-reliance, you come to understand that your value is not dependent on others' opinions or approval. You are enough, and you always have been. The hidden season is the time where you step into this truth, embracing your uniqueness and the power that comes from within. When you emerge from this time of solitude, you will do so not just with a sense of purpose, but with a deep understanding that your strength, wisdom, and ability to succeed were always within you, waiting to be activated. The hidden season is not just about personal growth, it is also about learning the critical importance of trust. Trust in God, trust in the process, and trust in the purpose He has designed for your life. This trust is not based on what you can see or understand in the moment, but on the firm belief that God is always at work, even when things are not going according to your plans. Trust in this context is not something that comes naturally. It is something that is cultivated over time through a series of experiences where you are forced to surrender control and lean on God's wisdom and timing. When God hides you, He is inviting you into a deeper relationship with Him, one that requires trust beyond what is visible or immediate. You may find yourself in situations where nothing seems to be moving forward, where every door seems to be closed, and where the path ahead is obscured. In these times, your natural instinct might be to question, to doubt, or to try to force things to happen in your own strength. But God is teaching you that trust does not depend on external circumstances. It depends on the unshakable belief that He is in control and that He is orchestrating every part of your life for a purpose. Trust is not about having all the answers. It is about being willing to move forward even when you cannot see the entire picture. It is about walking by faith, not by sight. In the hidden season, God often asks you to take steps that don't make sense to the world. He may direct you to wait, to be still, to rest when every part of you wants to act. This is a critical moment in your journey where you must choose whether to trust His timing and His ways, even when they seem unconventional or even frustrating. But this trust is the key to unlocking the fullness of your purpose. God's timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't line up with our timeline. We often want things to happen in our preferred time according to our plans and schedules. However, there is a divine wisdom in waiting and hiddenness. During this time, God is not only preparing you, but He is also positioning you. He is ensuring that everything that is meant for you will come at the right time, in the right way, and with the right people. The trust you build in this season will equip you for the next season, where you will need that same faith to step into your destiny with confidence and clarity. You will look back and see that every moment of waiting, every moment of hiddenness was a part of the grand design that led to your breakthrough. Trusting in God also means trusting His ability to protect and preserve you. The hidden season can sometimes feel isolating and you may feel vulnerable or exposed, but in reality, God is protecting you from unnecessary harm. Trusting in God's protection means acknowledging that He knows what you need better than you do. He understands the dangers that could arise from exposure too soon and is shielding you until the right moment. His protection is not just physical, it is emotional, mental, and spiritual. He is keeping you safe, guarding your heart, and preparing you for the battles ahead. Trust also extends to the belief that God is not in a hurry to waste your time. Every moment of hiddenness is purposeful. It is in these times that you are being developed in ways that are necessary for what lies ahead. Trusting in God means believing that the lessons you are learning now, the strength you are building, and the growth you are experiencing will equip you for the greatness He has in store. You are not stuck. You are not being overlooked. You are being prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. In the fullness of time, you will understand why the waiting, the hiddenness, and the silence were necessary. This trust requires you to let go of your need for control. So often we try to manage the course of our lives, attempting to make things happen on our terms. But God's plan is far more expansive than we can comprehend. And His ability to orchestrate the events of our lives far surpasses our limited understanding. Letting go of control means surrendering to His will, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. It is about knowing that He is good, that He has a purpose for your life, and that every season, whether it's one of activity or one of waiting, is working together for your good. In the hidden season, trust becomes the bedrock upon which your faith is built. As you trust God, you come to understand that His plans for you are greater than any plan you could have devised on your own. Trusting in God's purpose means resting in the assurance that He is the one who will make all things work together for your good. When you emerge from the hidden season, you will do so with a deep and unwavering trust in His timing, His plans, and His goodness, knowing that everything you've been through has been part of the process to prepare you for the greatness He has set before you. The hidden season is a time of preparation, but it is also a time of revelation where God reveals things about you, your purpose, and His plan for your life that you might not have understood before. Often when we are hidden, we focus on the fact that we are unseen or unheard, but in truth, this season provides a unique opportunity for clarity and self-awareness. God uses the silence and isolation to draw you closer to Him, to open your eyes to the things that matter most, and to show you the fullness of the purpose He has placed within you. In the hidden season, God is working beneath the surface, peeling back layers of doubt, fear, and misunderstanding. He is revealing truths about your character, your gifts, and your potential that you may have overlooked or underappreciated. This revelation is not just about understanding what you are called to do, but also about understanding who you are. You are being shaped into the person who can fulfill the purpose God has placed in your life. It is in this hiddenness that you begin to uncover your true identity, who you were created to be, not who the world has tried to mold you into. As God reveals the depths of who you are, He may also reveal parts of your heart that need healing, areas of your life where you have been wounded or distracted, and places where you need to grow. This is not a process of condemnation, but one of cleansing and preparation. God does not hide you because He wants to punish you. He hides you because He loves you and knows that only through this process of revelation can you truly become who He has designed you to be. He is revealing the strengths you never knew you had, and at the same time, He is exposing areas that need His touch, so that when the time comes for you to step into your destiny, you will do so with the wisdom, strength, and integrity necessary to fulfill your calling. This revelation is often uncomfortable because it challenges you to confront things you might prefer to leave untouched, but it is in this discomfort that growth happens. God does not want you to remain in the same place, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. He wants to take you to new levels of understanding, of maturity, and of wisdom. This process of revealing, though it may feel painful, is necessary for the development of your character and the strengthening of your faith. It is only when you understand your weaknesses that you can rely more fully on God's strength. It is only when you see the limitations in your own understanding that you can lean into His wisdom and trust in His perfect plan. Revelation in the hidden season also means gaining a deeper understanding of the unique gifts and abilities that God has placed within you. You begin to realize that you were never meant to live a life of mediocrity, that you have been divinely equipped for greatness. You may have had glimpses of your potential in the past, but it is in this season of hiddenness that you begin to fully embrace it. This revelation will give you the confidence to step into your purpose, knowing that you have been prepared for what lies ahead. You begin to see that the challenges you have faced, the struggles you have endured, and the waiting you have experienced have all been part of the process of revealing your strength, your purpose, and your potential. God uses this time of hiddenness not only to reveal things about yourself, but also to show you the bigger picture, His ultimate plan for your life and how it fits into His divine purpose for the world. During this season, you may not see the full scope of your future, but God is revealing the next step. He is showing you the vision bit by bit so that when the time is right, you will be ready to step into it. Each step of revelation draws you closer to understanding why you are here, what you are meant to accomplish, and how your life can make an impact beyond what you can see right now. This season of hiddenness is not a season of abandonment, it is a season of deepening. It is a time when God pulls you close, clears away distractions, and reveals the fullness of His plan. The quiet moments are not empty moments, they are sacred spaces where God speaks deeply to your heart and reveals the truths that will guide your steps for the rest of your life. As you embrace the process of revelation, you begin to see that everything, even the waiting and the silence, has been part of your journey. You begin to trust that God's timing is perfect and that He is revealing piece by piece what you need to know in order to walk boldly into the future He has for you. When you emerge from the hidden season, you will do so with a deep understanding of yourself and the purpose for which you were created. The revelation that you experience in this season will be the foundation upon which you will build your future. It will equip you with the clarity, the wisdom, and the strength to step into your destiny with confidence, knowing that you are fully prepared to fulfill the calling on your life.